Hey guys, it's Megan. I wanted to talk to you about my favorite Christmas TV since you only have 10 days till Christmas, which is crazy. I'd be curious to know if you guys are like me. I feel like this year, not that I haven't had as much like Christmas spirit, but I feel like because Thanksgiving was so late, I haven't had the opportunity because of time to do, or maybe it just feels that way because everything seems more rushed. But I feel like I haven't had the opportunity to do all of the Christmas things that I would like to do or that I normally get excited about doing. It just feels like it's been like work has piled up and we've had all these events at school, and then people, are home, so they want to go out and do things, and it just feels like, going in all different directions, and like I don't have all my shopping done, I don't have all my gifts wrapped, all my Christmas cards don't sent out, things like that normally I feel like I'm more on top of. This year is just like, whoa, and I'm just curious to know if I'm the only one feeling like that. I wanted to talk to you today about my favorite Christmas TV specials, since I didn't get an opportunity to do that in my movies video, or else it would have been like 40 minutes long. The first one is Rudolph. I think like everybody and their brother watches Rudolph at least once. And I think it seems like it comes on, I have seen it predominantly on CBS, at least here in my part of Virginia. But I know like different places, it comes on ABC, NBC, kind of the main channels. But it is a story of Rudolph the reindeer, obviously based off the song. It was made, I can't remember, I want to say it was like 40s, 50s. It was created by a company called Rankin and Bass. And they're the same guys that do, a lot of people don't realize that Frosty and Rudolph were created by the same people, since one's animated and one's like stop motion animation. But all of those, that and Here Comes Santa Claus, or not Here Comes Santa Claus, excuse me, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and A Year Without Santa Claus, all of those things are created by the same guy, as is Peter Cottontail. But anyway, I think probably out of all of them, it's my favorite. The music is really catchy in it, for one thing. I love the We Are Santa's Elves song. I love when Hermie and Rudolph sing about why are they misfits. And I just think it's really cute, like the little woodland creatures that come out. The only thing that I don't like about it, and I think I actually think Rochelle talked about this last year too, in what we had dubbed Sadness. Sorry for chewing gum too, by the way. I probably should have spit that out. It's the candy cane gum by Trident. I'm going to lean over here and spit this out so you don't have to watch me do that. There we go. Now I can speak normally, or at least as normal as it gets for me. But the candy cane gum is really good. Side note. Back to Rudolph. But Santa Claus in Rudolph is kind of a jerk. I'm thinking of another word that's not super nice, and I'm trying not to swear as much on my YouTube videos, but he's just a jerk. He is very prejudiced against Rudolph because he's different than the other reindeer. He doesn't have a traditional shiny black nose. He has the light bulb one, and basically until Santa needs him to lead his sleigh team to be able to see in the fog, like he just kind of mistreats Rudolph and is very discriminatory against him, and I don't like that. This is probably, I think the Santa in this Rudolph is probably like my least favorite Santa out of all the Christmas specials. But I love it. I love Yukon Cornelius. I mean, it's silly. It's only like 45 minutes, so it's not super long. But it's just a classic, and it's something I think that people equate with like holiday traditions that they do with their family. And then the other one, a lot of other people hate, but I like, is the original Frosty. I don't really like the remakes. The one where he gets a wife is okay. The one that a different company beside Rankin and Bass did in like 2000 something was horrible. That one I can't stand. But the very first Frosty, where the magician comes to the school and does a magic show, and he loses his hat and ends up on top of Frosty and causing him to become alive. And the kids, of course, immediately take a liking to this talking snowman, in particular a little girl named Karen. And it's about Frosty, like trying to figure out how to get to the North Pole before the weather gets warmer and he melts, and it's this whole big thing. But it's really cute, and it's another one. It doesn't really have the songs in it other than Frosty the Snowman. That like Rudolph is more of a musical, whereas Frosty's just kind of more of a cartoon. But it's another one that is, I think people, curl up on the couch together and they watch when it comes on TV. and it's just it's timeless, like the Rudolph is. I don't think that Rudolph and Frosty will ever stop being part of people's Christmas traditions just because they are timeless. And then the third one, I do like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is also by the same company. That's the one, for those of you that have watched it, that have the Burgermeister, Meisterburger, which is the guy in his town that has outlawed the use of toys and basically doesn't want kids to have toys, or he doesn't want anyone to wear bright colors. Everything's painted gray. It's really boring. And this is cute because it's the story, at least the Rankin and Bass take on how Santa Claus came to be. And, you know, he was an orphaned baby who was adopted by the Kringle family, who are basically like a bunch of little elves. And kind of his story about like how he found Mrs. Claus and how he started, it explains like why he puts toys in stockings. I mean, it's just really cute. And it's another one that has a lot of, it's a musical like Rudolph is, and has a lot of really cute songs. And it's just another one that I find myself watching every year. And then the next one, I'm looking over here because I have all of my DVDs of Christmas specials stacked up. I'm sure I'm probably going to forget some. I think my favorite religious one is Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. This is going to sound weird, but donkeys have always been one of my favorite animals. I just really like them. I think that they get a bum rap when really they can be very sweet. But Nestor is a donkey who is born, it's kind of similar to like Dumbo. He's born with very long, like misshapen ears that he trips over when he walks and stuff. And it's about him being chosen to be like the special donkey that takes care of Mary and takes her to Bethlehem before she has Jesus. And it has like, it's a hard one because like the Little Drummer Boy, who is all also done by the same people that do Rudolph, like there's a kind of a sad undertone to it, but it has like a happy, triumphant ending. And Nestor ends up coming out on top because basically God picks him to take Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem. I just like it. I think out of all like the more religious ones, it's the least sad and kind of, it just kind of tugs at your heartstrings a little bit. And I like that one. And I typically don't like sad stuff. But then the other one, of course, How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. I like the live action version, but I prefer the cartoon because it's another one like Rudolph and Frosty that's pretty timeless. And I think most everybody knows the story of the Grinch, who lives up on a mountain and looks down at Whoville, and is very bitter towards them because he doesn't like Christmas and he doesn't have family. And then here are all these people like celebrating and happy despite the fact that the Grinch has taken pretty much everything away from them. But it's another one that has good songs and it's just catchy and kids love it, and it's just doesn't get much more Christmas than How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then what am I forgetting? Oh, I'm forgetting the Garfield Christmas special, which Garfield Christmas special, I think out of all the Garfields is my least favorite, just because the grandmother is mourning the loss of the grandfather, and like that aspect of it, I feel like is a little heavy for a kid's cartoon. It's a little, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, depending on how old your kids are and what you think they will or won't understand. There's definitely like cute things, and actually John's family, when he goes home in the country, and his mom's made like 37 pies, you know, and they're very country. Reminds me a lot of like my grandmother and her family. So that part of it I like and relate to. But I definitely think that some of the content, like for kids who don't understand death yet, can be a little confusing. But I do like that one. And then I also like Snoopy or Charlie Brown. I think it's called It's Christmas Time, Charlie Brown. I never really knew what the name of it was with the Charlie Brown Christmas special. But in it, they're prepping for a Christmas pageant that Charlie Brown has been basically elected kind of without him knowing that he is the director of, and him trying to get all the people together to understand that Christmas isn't about like commercialism, and it's not about presents and what you get, that it's about like love and about caring about people. And then Linus chimes in and is like, it's also about Jesus and the fact that, you know, this is his birthday and we're supposed to honor him. And Linus kind of sets them all straight. But it has cute music. I love Snoopy. Snoopy's one of my favorite characters ever created. And it's cute watching him in Woodstock, like get his doghouse ready for Christmas and stuff. And it's just a sweet one. And it's another one I think that people, you know, it comes on TV and people gather around to watch it. It's just easy to understand, special. And I'm trying to think if there's any that I'm missing. Well, there's TV episodes too. Allie had touched in her video on some TV episodes, and she actually mentioned one that I also really enjoy, which is A Cut Lip Christmas from the Wonder Years. And that is a story about Kevin's PE teacher, Coach Cutlip, who is actually moonlighting as a Santa at the mall because he really likes that kids actually like him and, you know, and care about him in more of a loving way when he's Santa Claus, and they don't just think that he's like a jerk PE teacher. And so Kevin goes to the mall with his mother and sees Coach Cutlip as Santa and is kind of like, holy crap, what am I supposed to do? And keeps it secret, and Coach Cutlip kind of starts like bringing him treats and treating him a little bit nicer, and the other kids kind of pick up on it. And so they go to the mall to try to figure out what Coach Cutlip does, because Kevin kind of accidentally lets it slip to one of his friends that he works at the mall, but doesn't say that he's Santa. And then when they all go there and they see Santa, they don't even realize that it's him. They just see that it's Santa. But it's just really sweet, and it's good. I also like the Wonder Years episode where they get the color television set. I can't remember. I think it's just called, I think it just might be called Christmas or something. There's so many good Christmas episodes of things. I love the Mama's Family Christmas episode where she gets, I think it's called Mama Gets Goosed, where her cousin sends her a goose to cook, and at first, like, she's all excited about having goose for Christmas, and then she kind of grows attached to it and doesn't have the heart to kill it. I mean, there are so many good Christmas episodes. I love all of the Bewitched Christmas episodes where Samantha takes various characters. Like one episode, she takes a little boy from an orphanage, and another, she takes like a grumpy old, I think is a soup tycoon, and takes him to the North Pole to meet Santa Claus and like kind of tries to introduce into them the Christmas spirit. I love the Sabrina the Teenage Witch Christmas episode where she and Harvey exchange Christmas presents for the first time, and Salem sneaks in her backpack and ends up being accidentally taken home by this like bratty little kid. I love that one. I think that episode's called A Girl and Her Cat. And then, gosh, there's so many good ones. I recently watched a Golden Girls Christmas the other day where they talk about like all their Christmas traditions, and then they end up going to the kind of like counseling place where Rose works and being held at gunpoint by this guy who's just lonely and wants people to spend time with at Christmas. That's good too. I mean, there's pretty much, if you go on YouTube or Hulu or something and Google like Christmas episodes, just about every television show ever has a really good television episode to correlate with Christmas. One of my very favorites, maybe my favorite of all time, is Andy Griffith, and I talked about this a little bit in my Christmas songs, is there's an episode where Andy and Barney have to work at the jail because they have arrested a family getting caught for moonshining, and like kind of a department store owner that's on the same block as them just causes them grief the whole time, like saying that they have to stay there and trying to get people arrested, and it's just a real jerk. And he ends up looking in the window of the jail and listening to them have this Christmas party with the inmates, and you really see like a human side of him, that he's just lonely and wants people to spend wants like family to spend Christmas with him. But anyway, those are just some of my favorites. Let me know if you have a favorite TV episode Christmas below. I'm always looking for new ones to watch, and I've only got 10 days, so I got to start like marathoning them. But hope you're having a good December. It's going by quickly, and I will talk to you later. Bye.